Hello and welcome to this live for the 707 portal. I just felt like doing one and just like watch a healing video right now. And I always thought that doing healing stuff, doing portals were amazing because we're getting this energy coming from the cosmos and it's just like amplifying this. I don't know what is truly the 707 portal for me. Seven is the number of luck, and I have this card tattoo here that I believe represent luck. And so I know that portals always have been doing something. I think there's like the lion gates, something like that going this now. I don't know about it much. I know I've been doing this for a long time and it worked. And I do, and since I am doing stuff, I also want to share it with people. I want to bring stuff that work for me, and I wouldn't transmit something that doesn't work for me or that I'm not doing. So that's why I feel like it's the right moment today for you, or when you're watching this, maybe you're watching from another country and it's a different time, but it's still during the portal thing. It's gonna happen probably for the next few days and weeks. So watch this video, and the only thing you need to do is to pay attention to what I'm saying, because what I'm doing here is really catching your attention and directing it to a new timeline. Like your soul is what you pay attention with. So if you want to change your life, you need to pay attention to new things. And what we're going to do here is transfer your attention from the timeline you're on where you're suffering and use the energy of the portal to get you to a new timeline. That's why it's a portal. It's like a door into an energetical world that's going to take you from where you are right now and bring you there, which means that in the coming days, you're going to wake up and realize that you're merging with that new version of yourself, or you're just merging with that new timeline, and things will be like the same, but then other things will change. Like when you're in a train and a train is changing tracks, you're still in the same train, but what you see from the windows is different. It's influencing you. Like if you're driving in a train and you're in a tunnel, you don't see dark. Inside of the train, it's dark, right? And when you get out of the tunnel and then you change track for tracks where there's no tunnel and just maybe driving along the beach, well, you have things coming in. Anyway, I think you got the analogy here. I'm pretty excited to do this because I really feel a bit of stuff after the healing I just received. So what I want to invite you here is to understand that if you're ready to believe that something as crazy as the idea of a portal and me with my words can change your life, you already have done 95% of the life changing that you need to do. Because if you can believe that something so simple can have so much effect, you're ready to do whatever it really takes to make it happen. So just bear in mind that maybe it sounds woohoo for you, but actually the more woohoo it sounds, the better it is. So take a moment now to center yourself here and just focus on my voice, on my words, but also to the silence that's between the two words. Because if you want something new, as you say, you need to make space for it. And in that sense, the space that you can do, that you are under control every day, is within your mind. Because you probably know that all the things you do, all the ideas you have, they come from your mind. Like, oh, I want to grab this apple and just want to play with it. That comes from my mind. Maybe I saw someone play with the apple and I decided I would play it too. And then I can stop because I'm asking myself, well, am I looking stupid just doing live and playing with an apple? That's the mind coming in. And so if we want new things, we need to think about new things. But before being able to think about these new things, we need to stop thinking about the old things, the things that were bringing us the same thing over and over again. That's the change that we want to have. You don't want to have the same situation. You don't want to have the same fights with the same people. You don't want to have the same issues, same problems, whatever. whatever was the same for you that you don't want anymore, it doesn't matter. I mean, in a sense that it is matter if you think about it, you know? But it won't matter anymore because you're gonna make space for something new, like a banana. Oh, no, it's still an apple. I'm not that kind of magician. So here we want you to feel what space is, kind of like landing into the moment. Because actually space is also in the physical, you know, there's like a lot of space around me. I can move. Right now, I'm not gonna go off camera, of course, but I quit. I feel very playful today, if you notice. So just like start landing and feeling yourself in this moment. And realize that if you can change from one timeline to the other, you can change to whatever timeline you want. So right now you need to ask yourself, what timeline do I really want to go on? Am I following the timelines of my mind? Because it's making a lot of noise. It's always saying the same things. Sometimes it may be changing. Or am I just like observing all the timelines and really choosing the ones I want to be on by learning how to skip from one to the other? Because if I'm always listening to the same thoughts, I'm always going to the same places, doing the same things, not being very creative in my life. But I can change. And that's when you have starting to focus on the ability that you can change and start thinking about the change, about just changing to make it a habit so you don't have a situation where you feel stuck. Because feeling stuck is the opposite of change, right? It's just like you're in a loop, it's not changing. So rather than trying to think about a change, because let's say you're going in a circle and you only see the same thing, right? So if you're changing based on what you're seeing, what you're thinking, you're just changing position on the same loop. But if you really want to change loops, or maybe get to a spiral, you just start thinking about I want to change and see where the change leads me, then maybe change position on that change. But then at least I'm not changing position on the same loop. I hope that that already is just like bringing you something different, a perception of like, oh my God, yeah, I'm opening myself to new things, things that didn't have a not on a loop anymore, but that are like a spiral. And clearly, maybe there are some things that still are there, you know, like I'm still breathing, whatever loop I'm going on to, I'm still eating. Apples I've been eating since the beginning of my life. So there are things that stay, that remain on the spiral that maybe make you think that you're still in an old loop. I just want you to open yourself to the possibilities that if you just allow yourself to observe and to go to places you don't know, that you cannot describe, that you cannot imagine because you don't know. Like, did you know that I would have an apple during this video? I never had an apple in a video I've made on live. Yet today I had it. And you didn't know it. and you came to something that you didn't know there would be an apple. So in that sense, some of the things that you don't know might not be so scary and dangerous. And you can open yourself to the possibility that if you're on a road that's fixed and there's something that you don't like on that road, you gotta go through it or be blocked by it. But if you're visualizing yourself on a 360 open space where you can go in all direction at all time, even up and down, like that's what we do, humans. We fly and we dig holes. Generally, we dig holes. So if you open yourself to that possibility, you start seeing that the problems that you want to avoid are just like blocking you, can be moved on the side, or you can move on the side and go further, and then you can come back to it. As if rather than thinking your life as a straight line that you're following from birth to death, like a timeline, but being more of a space, like a plane, like I would say this thing here. Yeah, no. Rather than thinking that you're alive and you go from here to there, let's say you're alive and you're going wherever you want on this flat earth. You can go wherever you want on flat earth, right? Dude, I made the decision yesterday to be more fun in my work, and I talked about it, that I would be making funnier videos, and here I am doing this, and so fun. Um, and there's a part of me that is resisting to having fun during a healing session that I'm doing live, but it feels good. It's very refreshing. Anyway, come back into the plane. So if you start imagining like your life is like a plane, and that let's say that this apple is something that you have as a problem, right? Rather than being like, this is a time I need you to go from left to right, and there's just one way I can go through. And if there's a problem in front of me, I'm just like, fuck, I need to just solve it, and then I can move forward. Which is like most people think, or like, oh, when I will have this, I will be able to move over that and then go further. Right? Like when I achieve this, I'll do that, or when I have the money, when I have this, I'll be able to just move over. But what if you could just like, oh, I'm gonna solve my problem here and then come back there, What if the thing that you need, that the thing that's blocking you is not the way towards what you want, but what you want is the way toward what's blocking you. See, very simple shift. So just really want you to prepare yourself to this possibility and think like, I can put some problems for later and come back to them. Because if you're looking at the wall and just like having your head on the wall and it's like, I need to go through that wall, but actually behind you, there's like tools to make a door inside of it, where you may be losing your time there. And so that's why you suffer, because you know that you have just that much time on earth and you want to make the best of it. And my Instagram is the best of Asha, because I want to make the best of that time. So when you realize that you're in control of that time, because I'm coming back to the beginning here, that your thoughts are what's making your action. Like I was thinking, I want to make a live here, and I did a live, and I'm doing a live actually. And that's the action. My thinking was like, I want to do a live, and I've had the feeling, oh yeah, it feels good. I just received something similar, and I want to give it the same because I just want to pass on the good things. And I cleared out the bad things. That's what's cool about it. And then making space in your mind is just like allowing you to have new things coming in. And maybe you've noticed I'm purposefully like making a lot of space, because that's also a good way to attract attention. Because normally people talk pretty fast and they have a steady flow of words, and you need to catch on to all of them. But there's a predictability into what people are saying. But then when I'm putting a lot of silence, I'm making you wonder if what you're guessing to the next word is going to be right. And so you're waiting and you're just in silence and you're making space there. And that's the reason why I'm doing this, because I want to teach you to be able to have that silence. Which is kind of fun because it's like the opposite of what social media want me to do, because social media want me to make a 1 minute video of like me talking about taking your time and being silent. Just like, I'm like, no, I cannot do that. I mean, I do that for fun, not all the time. Right. So you understand that having some silence will allow you to put new things in your life. And I want to help you not just by talking, but also by making some space in your mind, by clearing some stuff out. And that what was doing was a preparation for you to be able to be more relaxed and calm, and myself also be more relaxed and calm, because the more I'm practicing being calm, the more I can show how it is and people can copy it, compare themselves to me. Like, oh, he's calm, I'm gonna be calm. And I want to invite you to close your eyes and just like feel yourself going down to your body. And what I want you to do like right now is just really notice your breathing. Inhale, at least for 8 to 10. Then suspend, slightly suspend. And then just like come back. And when it goes down, really like focus on the movement of your shoulder going down. Because when you exhale, you just can feel like the whole body is just like going down. And when that's happening, if you're sitting, you can just like start letting the back of the neck elongating, and the front just shortening, and just like kind of like tucking in your chin. And if you're lying down, just like feel the relaxation in your whole body. And just like kind of remember this feeling when you're shifting to sleep, when you're drifting to sleep. Like, and just let that feeling come to you, because that's a moment where you are very relaxed and you can let go, and you can feel more connected to yourself. Because when you're falling asleep, but that's not the goal here, it's just like the sensation of like drifting to sleep that you just want to focus on. It really means that you're in a safe place, and that you don't need your attention to go outwards, because your body is asleep. And for sleep, there's a minimum of like connection to the outside world. Like, when you have an alarm ringing or water falls onto you, you're gonna wake up for sure. But here we just want to feel that feeling of like, oh yeah, well, it's a good time to go to sleep. But knowing that you're not going to sleep, you're just closing your eyes, like, maybe you already had a nap in the nature and just you don't really go to sleep, but you're kind of like drifting away and it feels good. It feels warm. Maybe you're like, can you imagine yourself and you being in a very comfortable place where you know that no one's gonna disturb you or nothing's gonna happen, disturb you, and you'll be able to remain in a very comfortable and relaxed, fixed state, knowing that you're just actually releasing all the tension from your body and just letting yourself to be loose, very loose, and knowing that when you need to come back into your control of your body, you can. But in this moment, you decided to be on this life. So you decided you had the time to do it. And honoring your decision is really honoring yourself in that sense. So you got to understand here that you're here to be living an experience that's pleasant and beneficial to you. And you know that's going to be pleasant and beneficial because if it weren't, you could just decide to stop. And me, as I'm here to guide you into a portal journey, my goal is to help you stay as long as you can, because the longer you stay in a state of relaxation, of disconnection from the anxiety and fears and whatever keeps you in a loop, you're less likely to completely and successfully go to the timeline you want to go to. And the thing is that I don't know what timeline you want to go to, but deep down you know. Your energetical body knows where it feels the best. Your body knows when it feels the best. You know when you feel the best. Maybe you don't remember consciously, but subconsciously, there's a lot of information within your body, within your system, within your being that knows where it's the best for you to be feeling, where you feel the best. And so knowing that me, what I'm doing is just keeping your awareness at attention towards my voice so you can relax and merge with that feeling of feeling good. And by merging with that feeling, it means crossing the portal. It's as if what we needed to do here is just like allow the clouds of anxiety to just open up enough and for long enough so that the energy of your soul, the energy of you that knows how to attract love, abundance, pleasure, happiness, connections, all the things that actually are missing to you because you would not want to change if they were not missing. You want to keep them. So all these things that you want more in your life, that you want to accept into your life because you know you can attract it very naturally, very easily. Same way the rain is attracted by the earth. You feel within yourself that you have the magnetic field that the earth has, and you can attract good things. Like earth is attracting the rays of the sun. You just can remove the clouds, or maybe you can charge the clouds with the energy of the sun. So whatever is raining onto you, into your life, is just nourished with that same energy. Just realize that Actually, that rain is nourishing you with positive. And what is nourishing you? It's also cleansing you. So you can feel that the deeper you go, the better you feel. And the better you feel, the more you can connect with your heart. The more you connect with your heart, the better you will feel. And the more you will connect with your heart, the more you will know exactly what makes you feel good, because feeling love makes you feel good, right? We're not doubting that. So you can start feeling your heart and feeling your love and be understanding that the more you're feeling that, the more you know what matches it outside of you. The more you know what matches this love outside of you, the more you can go to it and have it. And the more you know that, the deeper you want to go, because you know that the deeper you go, the more you release. And the more you release, the more love you can allow. And the more you release, the more shifts you can do, the more timelines you can cross. So you take a deep breath, feeling yourself, that energy, and releasing tension in a moment. Not quite yet. I will ask you to open your eyes, and your eyes only. And when you'll open your eyes and close them again, you will do 3 times the same amount of relaxation you did since the moment you joined this video. So now, open your eyes and close them again. And feel yourself 3 times deeper in that same amount of relaxation you did since the beginning of the video. That's right. That's very good. It's feeling so good that you wonder when is the next time that you will be opening your eyes to closing them again and feeling 3 times the amount of relaxation you've experienced since the beginning of this video. But for now, you're just enjoying that feeling and allowing it to be overwhelming almost. Just takes so much more space within your body and feeling how good it is to be feeling that way. Knowing that it's so pleasurable. It's so good that there is no resistance for you to go even deeper, because you know that by deciding that this experience will be even more pleasurable, you know that it will be. And so you know that there's only more benefits and pleasure for you to discover within this video. And so now you feel that you are ready to open your eyes, take a good look. Notice that the surrounding that you usually look with whatever emotion you know is now being seen with that feeling, that sensation of love, of pleasure and fulfillment that you always wanted to experience in that place. Knowing that the filter you have towards this place is changing, the way you see that place is changing. Wherever you are, it doesn't matter. You know that you can look at any place and at anything with such amount of love, pleasure, and accepting that every place becomes so joyful, so beautiful. And in fact, in this moment, you start to remember the places you enjoyed yourself the most, and realize that this place can be just you and the way you look at things. So now, close your eyes again and feel 3 times more relaxation and pleasure since the beginning of this video. And just start feeling yourself going even deeper into a state of trance, further away from what you call reality, or your mind, or whatever you perceive to be your life. And start noticing how much this is just a filter that analyzes everything that you see and prevents you from fully living your life. and realize that you have a power to fold it into a small item, so small you could put it in your pocket, or just use it to level a table, or whatever, in order that it is beneficial and useful to you. You just take all these filters and put them back into their space, a toolbox of understanding. Each person, each philosophy, each language is a tool to understand the way you live the world. So you can see them stacked into your brain, and you can see them how they are influencing, creating a different perspective of what you believe life is. And so you can stack them and put them on the side so you can use them when necessary. You can use the English filter to filter whatever comes in English to you, but you can also use the Chinese filter and filter what is coming. And you can use whatever filter you have, because you have a series of filters, identities, or whatever you can want to call them. These filters that are making your thinking one way more than another are up to you to put aside. And you can feel yourself able to do it. You can feel a sense that your thinking is changing, it's evolving. You have so much more freedom into the way you want to think, the way you want to do things. You can feel that. And you can feel that whenever you are in this body, you have access to this power. Just really want you to now anchor in a very profound way the feeling of relaxation you need in your body and the feeling of control that you have over your life within this body. I want you to understand that this body is the feeling of you being in control. I want you to cultivate this feeling of being in control. And remember that every day you have the opportunity for 1 to 2 minutes to remember, to remember, to remember that you have control, that you have control, that you have control over this very body that you are in, that you have control over this very body that you are in, over that very body that you are in. So remember that this body, you are in control, and you have the choice to set it to be influenced by whatever you want and whoever you want. So choose wisely who is influencing you, choose wisely who is influencing you. And that way you will be able to choose the influences that will make you stronger, faster, more efficient with whatever you want to do. Like so, you will find more results, faster results, immediate results towards your goals. You will feel more freedom, more abundance, more love. Whatever you seek, you can get it and install it within yourself and repeat the action of succeeding at having it. Repeat the action of giving it and succeeding of getting it back, getting more of it, getting whatever you want in whatever shape you want. Now, open the portals around yourself. Look at the different lives you can live. And know that you can live all of them if you are allowing yourself to change wisely. Allow yourself to change wisely. You can choose a portal in which you have the highest future, the most beautiful life for yourself in respect of who you are and others, in respect of the planet. So choose wisely. Let your emotions guide you. Let your emotions guide you. Take a big breath. Exhale and open your eyes. Feel the emotions of the new timeline you are on. Realize that you don't need to be on train tracks anymore. You can roam freely, like a cell of energy, able to change shapes, Change environment at will. You have the ability to roam freely. Change shape at will. Now, you can go back to your day. Keep that energy. Remember all the instruction. Remember to come back to this video if you have some doubts about the integrity of this transformation. Know that all the power lies within your intention, lies within your behavior, lies within the synchronicity you create. When you synchronize yourself with time, all the good things happen to you. When you synchronize yourself with time, all the good things happen to you. Thank you for watching this video. I will make more, so please come back. Take care of yourself, drink water, listen to your energies, let yourself be attracted by the highest ones. Thank you.